With this, got this shit from CBS, Al 7.
Eyeball that shit. You see, I ain't had to put man let her drip in nothing. Is you a trapper or is you not a trapper?
Are you a trapper?
Tell her hands out of her, man.
I'm gonna take this shit, fuck it. Smoke on a young dose blunt today. Bloody cup of potion, eh? Cheerio. Damn.
Shut up there.
Yeah, my boy. What is this nigga?
I know I ain't think it was over with. I know I ain't think it was over with.
What's going on, True Results family? This just we got a message for y'all. Justice for Dolph. A lot of y'all know who he is, J4D. Something happened to his original channel. So this video right here, we're gonna be getting the message out so that y'all can go subscribe to his second channel, which is called Justice for Dolph, the number 2. Alright? And I'm gonna be sharing one of his videos because he wants me to get the message out to y'all. And of course, he's doing what he do best. Now, he told me to tell y'all that he has a video that y'all don't want to miss coming later on this evening. So y'all hurry up and make sure you go over there to Justice for 2. You can click on the at Justice for 2 in this title. And while you at it, check out this video because he wants to say something, reveal something concerning Hernandez Govan as an appetizer. So y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Justice for 2. That'll be Justice number 4. Justice for Dolph, the number 2. Justice number 4, Dolph, the number 2. And y'all check this out while y'all wait on the video that he's uploading right now. True. Like, share, subscribe, our support. Stay safe, stay true, and stay blessed. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. True.
Okay, so we'll go again.
Too deep in the south, that's what it is. I'm gonna go. Should I let the cat out the bag right quick? Niggas, man, I got my nigga Quet in the building, man. You know what I'm saying? Memphis 10 in the building. Should I go and let the cat out the bag right quick on these niggas, man? Then I went and got me a vid, and you can catch me in Memphis with Quet.
Hernandez Govan, famous Memphis snitch. Welcome back to our channel Justice for Dolph. Tonight we want to re-upload that snitching paperwork when Govan was facing time for his federal charges. It has been already uploaded before, passed around, and all that. However, this paperwork is nowhere on the YouTube, and content creators are saying how this man never told. Let's make sure this is publicly available for the YouTube audience, not knowing how to access the real paperwork. We are about to see how the rat was facing federal charges and hit the stand and snitched on his fellow inmates to try to get his time reduced. Cooperating to significantly reduce the jail time is nothing new in his circle of friends. Y'all ready? Let's see what the federal snitch has in store for us today. Let's start from the beginning to understand why he even decided to snitch. Govan was caught up in a federal case back at the end of 2012. I need y'all to pay attention to all the dates, because we will be going through this situation in a chronological order. On the first page of his case developments, you can see that the first events are happening late October of 2012. The entire complaint and affidavit are sealed to this day. I tried to access it, but had no luck. I wonder what could be in there. Even in the Young Dolph case, sealed again. You can always pause all the documents if you want to read them before proceeding. I will be only covering important background information. United States of America versus Hernandez Govan. Order on change of plea. This cause came on for a change of plea hearing on April 11, 2013. Assistant U.S. Attorney Jennifer Weber appearing for the government, and the defendant Hernandez Govan appearing in person and with retained counsel William Massey. With leave of court, the defendant entered a plea of guilty to counts 1, 2, and 3 of the indictment. Plea colloquy was held, and the court accepted the defendant's plea. Sentencing is set for Friday, July 12, 2013, at 10 a.m. The defendant was remanded to the custody of the U.S. Marshal. So ordered this 11th day of April, 2013. Okay, so what is important for you to know here is that on April 11th, about 6 months after getting caught up, he pleaded guilty. Even more important date here is July 12th of 2013, supposed to be his sentencing date. Remember this because this will not be his actual sentencing date due to something else happening before his actual sentencing date. He remained in the custody of the U.S. Marshals until his case was over. Now this sentence is even more important because alleged federal informant was in custody around other inmates who were also fighting their own cases. One of the most important ones would be Terrence Yarborough from Memphis, also awaiting his trial at the end of 2013, many months after Govan's original sentencing date. Terrence was a notorious sex trafficker before Diddy made it cool. Now, let's identify the actual sentencing date for Terrence Yarborough. This date is the most important date in the video, so pay close attention. Sex trafficker Terrence T.R.E.X. Yarborough sentenced to serve 536 months in prison. Tuesday, October 29, 2013. This sentencing date for Terrence is what I want you to remember very well. U.S. District Court Judge Thomas Anderson sentenced Terrence Yarborough, aka T.R.E.X., 38, of Memphis, Tennessee, to serve 536 months in prison, the Justice Department announced today. A jury convicted Yarborough on December 5, 2012 of 10 counts of sex trafficking and 1 count of conspiracy to commit food stamp fraud. October 29, 2013. I wonder which little federal rat from Orange Mound was in the court hitting the stand like Cornelius as part of the sentencing process against T.R.E.X. These are the official developments in T.R.E.X. federal trafficking case. I want you to keep remembering that word. Federal. The developments 289 ND 290 are the last events before that sentencing court date. Now, the update number 291. Justice for Dolph would narrate and explain this to you. 291 filed and entered. October 29, 2013 sentencing. Docket text. Minute entry for proceedings held before Judge S. Thomas Anderson. Sentencing held on October 29, 2013 for Terrence Yarborough 1. Guilty verdict on December 5, 2012. Government proof/witnesses sworn. Jeremy Hensley, Hernandez Govan, Orico K. Lyons. Whoa. Hold up, Justice. For Dolph, what the hell you just said? I said government witness sworn Hernandez Govan. Again. Government witness sworn Hernandez Govan, aka federal asset against notorious sex trafficker and a key piece of the puzzle in not allowing him to walk free. But we will get to that in a second. We don't even have to read any more of this update. We just heard the most important information. Update 292. Exhibit and witness list for the hearing of October 29, 2013. What date? I told y'all to remember. Okay. Justice for Dolph, you don't know what you're talking about. You can't even get the federal snitch list against Terrence, and Govan saying anything bad about him. Alright, watch this. Shout out to my favorite court reporter, Ms. M. God bless you. I fucking love you for delivering this fresh piece of paperwork. Let's go. United States District Court, Western District of Tennessee, United States of America versus Terrence Yarborough Exhibit and Witness List. Check out my favorite little rat from Orange Mound, making an appearance on October 29, 2013 during Terrence Yarborough's sentencing date. Who want to know what the federal asset said while singing like Cornelius? Quet the rat will never say to his federal culture vulture that sucker Vlad about this, how he was Cornelius, before Cornelius made it cool to be Cornelius. Y'all check this shit out. Hernandez Govan, having been first duly sworn, took the witness stand and testified as follows. The court. Sir, if you'll take the witness chair, be careful when you step up so that you don't fall over your rat tail, and speak into the microphone like you Cornelius. The witness. Yes, sir. The court. Mr. Scrimetti? Direct examination. By Mr. Scrimetti. Question. Good morning, sir. Please state your name for the record. Quet the rat. Hernandez Govan. Question. Could you please spell your first and last names for the court reporter? Quet the rat. Hernandez. Last name Govan. Govan. Question. Mr. Govan, based on what you are wearing, is it safe to say that you are in custody? Quet the rat. Yes, sir. Question. And you're in custody on federal charges, correct? Quet the rat. Yes, sir. Question. In fact, you pled guilty to a 3-count federal indictment? Quet the rat. Yes, sir. Question. And that includes being a felon in possession of a... Next page. Question. And that includes being a felon in possession of a firearm. Is that correct? Quet the rat. Yes, sir. Question. As well as marijuana distribution? Quet the rat. Yes, sir. Question. And then a 924C for possessing a firearm related to the drug offense? Quet the rat. Yes, sir. Question. And you pled guilty, right? Quet the rat. Yes, sir, I have. I am the biggest snitch I would even tell on myself. Just like I did in DA office, offering my guilty plea for young Dolph's assassination. Question. And do you know how much time you are facing? Quet the rat. I think it's around 10 to 15 years. Question. And why are you here today testifying? Quet the rat. I'm here testifying today about Terrence Yarbrough. I don't want to hear shit no more. This federal informant literally said I am testifying on Terrence. Question. Is the reason you are testifying because you are trying to get cooperation credit? Quet the rat. No, sir. No, not at all. I am facing 10 to 15 years, but I am here just voluntarily snitching. It has nothing to do with me not being able to care for my autistic son. I am here for the love of the snitching game. Boy, get the fuck out of here. Spoiler alert. He facing 10 to 15 years, but was out by 2016. Kenny was right, they let their informants out on the streets to keep working. Shout out to Kenny, you see this rat right here? Question. Why are you testifying? Quet the rat. I'm testifying because, the things that he said to me during our stay out at Mason, Tennessee. Things he said about different girls, particularly my cousin, Duraja. All the evil stuff that he said that he did to her and things like that. Question. So you've got a personal interest in this case. Is that correct? Quet the rat. Yes, sir. I am not about to only snitch on him and everybody else. I am about to snitch on them with full vengeance. Y'all got me fucked up? Y'all know about my partner King Fish from Memphis Mob. Well, I am King Rat from Memphis Mob. Question. Isn't it also true, though, that you hope that by testifying truthfully, that is something a judge will take into consideration at your sentencing? Quet the rat. Yes, sir. Oh shit, here we go, facing 10 to 15 years, and admits to cooperate in a major federal case to keep his rat cheeks and whiskers outside. Now we know he will snitch his way out. Question. And which judge will be sentencing you? Quet the rat. Judge Mays. Question. You mentioned your cousin Duraja, and can you explain to Judge Anderson how you got to know about the connection between Mr. Yarbrough and Duraja? Quet the rat. Well, me and him were in the pod together for quite some time together. Our conversation started by my fiancé sending me books. Oh my God, here he goes with that fiancé shit. This dude always has a fiancé around when he telling. He would often ask to read those books. So I had pictures that were sent in from my fiancé and other relatives, and he asked to look at them one day. He saw my pictures, and he saw me in the picture with my cousin Duraja. Before I could say anything, he was like, you know that girl too? He didn't say it in those words, but he was like, you know her too? He said, I used to mess with her too. I used to record her. I used to secretly record her and watch the video with my homeboys and stuff like that. This was all before I could even get a word out, and before I could even say that she was related to me. M.R. Lorenzi. Your Honor, please, I'm going. Next page. Mr. Lorenzi. Your Honor, please, I'm going. Next page. Mr. Lorenzi. To object. I don't see the relevancy in this. I don't see the relevancy at all if we are talking about his sister. I mean, just because he knew her? The witness. No, we are talking about my cousin Duraja. The court. Hold on a second. Mr. Scrimeti. Your Honor, we can skip over this part if the court wants. I was just trying to establish there was a relationship and conversations between the witness and Mr. Yarbrough. The court. I think you've established that, so let's just move on. Mr. Scrimeti. Certainly. By Mr. Scrimeti. Question, Mr. Govan. Are you familiar with what's sometimes called sovereign citizen or the UCC movement? Quet the rat. Yes, sir, I am. Question. Do you have any knowledge of Mr. Yarbrough being connected with that movement? Quet the rat. Yes, I do. Question. Can you please explain to the judge what Mr. Yarbrough's connection is to the sovereign citizen movement? Quet the rat. He would like to all the guys in the pod. He was like he would speak on the sovereign. Next page. Quet the rat. He would like to all the guys in the pod. He was like he would speak on the sovereign citizen, saying that it's a scheme, basically to get out of jail. He would tell people that this is your way out. If you become a sovereign citizen, you can become immune to all United States laws. And after you get sentenced, 10 days after you are sentenced, they have to release the body. And if they don't, if they hold you against your will, then whoever is holding you would be arrested. And he has a guy that he communicates with that's in the free world that he says he can introduce you to sign the necessary papers. Fill out all the necessary things to get the stuff started up. And he says you have to study. He has different books and stuff that he shows people, new guys that come in or guys that are familiar with the sovereign citizen scheme. Question. And are there specific individuals that he's taught this stuff to? Quet the rat. Yes, sir. Question. Could you tell the judge who some of those people are? Quet the rat. He communicates with Keith Gibson about it. There's a guy named Fox that's in another dorm. Edward Beckton. They all communicate about it. They pass information back and forth to make sure everybody is on point and things like that. So not only the federal witness / informant told on Terrence right before getting sentenced about his plan to get out, he told on multiple other inmates to seal their fate in prison too. So his informant can work in the streets again and go back to his gambling and gossiping about Dolph bringing up Gotti name in all them songs. This goofy told on Terrence, Keith Gibson, Fox, and Edward Beckton. I need family members of any of them to contact me when I release my contact information, and we need to have a conversation. This dude quit worse than Cornelius. He done told on entire jail population in the feds. What the Hernandez? Question. Is it fair to say that it's Mr. Yarbrough that's teaching other people about these issues? Quet the rat. Yes, I have witnessed him several times on several occasions sit down and even mention something to me about it, But I told him that I didn't want anything to do with it. He was trying to get me to read some type of paperwork called a Redemption Act, UCC code, and telling me I needed to study and things like that this was my way out of jail and all that. Laughing out loud, Terrence tried to tell the informant how to get out. Boy, T-Rex, you tripping. He knows exactly how to get out them 10 to 15 years, snitching his way out. Mr. Scrimeti, no further questions, Your Honor. The court, Mr. Lorenzi? Mr. Lorenzi. Thank you, Judge. Cross-examination. By Mr. Lorenzi. Question. Mr. Govan, it's your understanding that this is Mr. Yarbrough's legal theory to help people get out of jail? Quet the rat. Sir, could you please repeat that? Question. It's your understanding that this is Mr. Yarbrough's legal theory to help others get out of jail? Quet the rat. Well, to my understanding it's a scheme, because he tries to get people that have no type of knowledge of being a sovereign citizen to become one, and next page. Quet the rat. he would say that you can pay his friend to fill out the necessary paperwork and things like that. So I don't think it's like a legal thing. From my understanding, it's a bogus scheme. To sum it all up. Question. Prior to your testimony, have you met with anybody regarding your testimony? Quet the rat. Have I met with anybody regarding my testimony? Question. Yes, sir. Quet the rat. No, I haven't met with anybody regarding my testimony. I've met with the AUSA about the things that I've obtained. So the Orange Mound informant met in person with Assistant United States Attorney just to snitch away collected information in his undercover operation. Question. All right. So you met with the U.S. Attorney's Office with regard to this testimony here today? Quet the rat. Yes, I have. Question. And you are also hoping to get some relief from your sentence by testifying here today. Is that correct? Quet the rat. I'm not. That's not what I'm here doing this for. Boy, stop it. You a bigger tattletale than Cornelius. Either he's snitching to get out or out of love of his job, and his dear Charles Govan is Shelby County Sheriff's deputy at 201 Poplar. Ain't nothing but police around Govan. We gonna get to all that in the other videos. Anyway, Mr. Lorenzi, Your Honor, please, I'm going to object as non-responsive. That's a yes or no question. The court. All right. Mr. Govan, if you will just listen to the question and answer it as best you can, yes or no, or if you don't know, say so. Then I'll give you an opportunity to explain after that. Okay? The witness. Okay. The court. Risk your question, Mr. Lorenzi. Mr. Lorenzi. Thank you, Judge. By Mr. Lorenzi. Question. You are going to be asking Judge Mays to give you some cooperation credit from your testimony here today, aren't you? Quet the rat. No, I won't, no. Question. Your lawyer will? Quet the rat. I can't speak for the future. I don't know what he will be doing. There you go. He has his lawyers arranging all his cooperation deals. Remember, he was facing 10 to 15 years in 2013, meaning if he didn't cooperate, he wouldn't even be outside free able to participate in plot against Dolph. Spoiler alert, all his shit got sealed again, so we don't know what he had his lawyer asking. The same way he had that fraud Manny Aurora snitch for him on CMG, Gotti, and even Stupid Duke. Now everything comes to a full circle. Let's continue. Question. So you know what a 5K1 is? Quet the rat. Yes, I'm familiar with it. Yes, sir. Of course, the special agent Govan know what it is. Let me show y'all definition if you are not familiar with it yourself what he was doing. A 5K1 motion refers to U.S. Sentencing Guidelines Section 5K 1.1. which allows a federal court to reduce a defendant's sentence below the standard sentencing range if they provide substantial assistance to the government. The U.S. Attorney's Office files this motion, requesting the judge grant a downward departure from the guidelines because the defendant offered helpful information, testimony, or assistance in the investigation or prosecution of others. Key aspects of a 5K1 motion. Substantial assistance. The defendant must offer significant help to the government in catching other criminals or gathering evidence. Okay, let's move on. Question. And you are hoping to get some consideration before Judge Mays for your testimony here today. Isn't that true? Quet the rat. Well, I have some other things going on. Like I said before, I'm here doing this because of the things that he did. The things he told me he did to my cousin Diraja by recording her secretly against her will and watching it with his friends. Mr. Lorenzi, if Your Honor please, I'm going to once again, it's a yes or no question. Objection, non-responsive. The court overruled. Ask your next. Next page. Mr. Lorenzi. Okay. By Mr. Lorenzi. Question. So you don't hope to get any consideration from Judge Mays in regard to your sentencing? Quet the rat. If some consideration comes my way, I would be more than glad to take it. There we go. That's all we need to know. Facing 10 to 15 years, and that boy, after snitching on Terrence in October of 2013, was already out back on the streets, working in 2016. He should have still been locked up. Federal cooperation got his ass out within 2 to 3 years. He gladly took it then, I guess. Question. Did you discuss Mr. Yarbrough's UCC teachings with Mr. Yarbrough? Quet the rat. Yes, I have. Question. All right. He didn't threaten you, did he? Quet the rat. No, sir. Question. So he's just explaining his version of what this is under the UCC. Is that correct? Quet the rat. Yes, sir. Mr. Lorenzi. That's all I have, Judge. The court. Any redirect? Mr. Scrimeti. Very briefly, Your Honor. Redirect examination. By Mr. Scrimeti. Question. You mentioned Mr. Yarbrough was trying to get people to pay for this UCC instruction? Quet the rat. Yes, he says you can pay I think it's $200 to $300. The guy would fill out all the paperwork for you and basically do all the groundwork and footwork. Next page. Quet the rat. The guy would fill out all the paperwork for you and basically do all the groundwork and footwork for you. And you just have to sit back and everything will fall in place. Once everything goes through, you will be immune to all the government laws in the United States. Question. Do you know where that money went, who people were paying? Quet the rat. Yeah, to the guy, whoever he's dealing with. And I think Yarbrough makes a little bit off of it also. Question. So he wasn't just doing this out of the goodness of his heart? Quet the rat. No, sir. Mr. Scrimeti. No further questions, Your Honor. Mr. Lorenzi. Judge, I have no further questions. The court. All right. Thank you. You can step down with your rat ass. Witness excused. Okay, so far we have seen Cornelius, Quet the rat hit the stand with intention to get away free from the 10 to 15 years he was facing by assisting government in busting Terrence Yarbrough plan to get away on his charges. If the rat was not a federal informant and got the whole 15 years, he would have been locked up until 2028. Now we established he assisted in getting Terrence over 500 months, just so his ass can go outside back to work. Remember how Terrence was sentenced on the same date he was snitching? Well, let's check now. How did Rat's federal case proceed from here after facing over a decade in the feds? Update 38. About a month before the federal informants started snitching on the stand. His sentencing got pushed again to 1 week after his scheduled snitching session against Terrence. Update 39. 7 days after successfully cooperating with the government in bringing down major sex trafficker. His court date got pushed to 12 December 2013. Update 40. Here goes another sealed document in the tale of Orange Mound federal informant, of course a week before his trial. There is some secret shit going on, probably talking about how well he hit the stand for the federal entity. Always some sealed shit going on when he cooperates or takes his proffer agreements. Update 41. On December 12, 2013, Hernandez Govan showed up in court for what was supposed to be his sentencing. Both his defense attorneys, the prosecutor, and the probation officer were present. His lawyers asked for more time before sentencing, likely tied to his ongoing cooperation with the government. The prosecutor didn't object, and the judge agreed to postpone sentencing until December 16, 2013. Govan stayed in federal custody in the meantime. Update 46. On December 17, 2013, Judge Samuel H. Mays, Jr. entered the official judgment in Hernandez Govan's criminal case. The court sentenced him to a total of 84 months, 7 years, in prison. The breakdown was 40 months on counts 1 and 2 to run together, plus 24 months on count 3 to run consecutively, all to be served consecutively to his prior state sentences in Shelby County Criminal Court. After prison, Govan would serve 3 years of supervised release, pay a $300 special assessment, and comply with strict conditions, including drug and alcohol testing, treatment, mental health counseling, anger management, cognitive behavioral therapy, vocational training, and full-time employment. He also had to provide DNA, and the court recommended he enter a 500-hour drug treatment program while incarcerated. The judge further recommended that Govan be placed in a prison facility close to his family in Memphis, Tennessee. Wow. He even asked for that and got it, probably using the health condition of his poor autistic son to gain a legal advantage. Now that is some sucker disgusting shit for him, playing about that and using it in court all the time. I don't know how he sleep at night trying to make people feel bad for him, using his son constantly, instead shutting the fuck up and being a good parent despite the condition, and fight his battles. There are way worse conditions out there than autism. This dude is always acting like his son is dying to paint a narrative to get back to snitching in the streets. Miserable little clown anyway. Following sentencing, he was remanded back into U.S. Marshal custody. Okay, Justice for Dolph, do some math for the people right now. If we say his sentence of 7 years would start on January 1st, 2014 and end January 1st, 2021, he would still be under supervised release until 2024 and probably wouldn't be that dumb to participate in plot against Adolf. Well, nothing surprised me anymore how really dumb he is, and he thinks he is some megamind. Now he faced 10 to 15 years. He snitched his way to 7, plus the last 3 years would be outside. I wonder if they will let the rat out on the streets way before his 7 years are up. Let's keep watching. Update 47. That same day, the court also issued a redacted version of the judgment, meaning a version with some sensitive information removed. Update 48. 2 weeks later, on December 31st, 2013, a new government attorney, Calvin David Biggers, Jr., officially entered his appearance in the case, formally substituting in as counsel for the U.S. Attorney's Office. Update 49. About a year later, on December 12, 2014, the U.S. Attorney's Office filed a sealed motion in Govan's case. Because it was sealed, the details are not public, but the docket shows it remained active until it was terminated on February 26, 2015, probably starting to work on getting the rat back out on the streets earlier than his 7 years. In federal cases, sealed motions at this stage often relate to things like Rule 35B motions, where prosecutors ask the judge to reduce a sentence if the defendant provided substantial assistance after sentencing. It could also be about safety or logistical issues tied to his cooperation. Update 55, filed and entered December 19, 2016. What it says: a probation 12A noncompliance summary and order was filed. Judge Samuel H. Mays, Jr. signed it on December 15, 2016. The judge agreed with the probation officer's recommendation that no action be taken at that time. Meaning in context. This means that while Govan was on supervised release, the federal probation period after prison, his probation officer reported some kind of noncompliance, maybe missed a condition, positive drug test, missed appointment, etc. However, the probation officer didn't recommend punishment. Instead, the judge signed off on no action. In other words, it was a minor violation that did not trigger revocation or arrest. Hold the fuck up. What is really going on after that previously sealed motion? The rat should have been locked up with his official 7-year, already reduced sentence by half from 2014 until 2021. What the fuck is he doing outside working for the feds and violating his conditions late 2016, less than 3 years later? People been trying to tell you for years that he is working for federal government. I am going to find out who he got locked up in that period, shaking my head. My bet, if I go bet wit kwet, is that his federal informant release package was in February 2015, when that previous sealed motion was terminated. If you have been arrested after doing business with Govan after 2013, please contact Justice Fordolf immediately. Update 58, filed and entered February 15, 2017. What it says: an arrest warrant was executed against Hernandez Govan on February 15, 2017. Meaning in context. This means that by February 2017, Govan had allegedly violated the terms of supervised release in a more serious way, enough for the court to issue a warrant and have him taken into custody. Update 59, filed February 15, 2017, entered February 16, 2017. What it says: this is the minute entry summary of court proceedings on February 15, 2017, before Chief Magistrate Judge Diane K. Vescovo. It was Govan's initial appearance for a supervised release violation. The judge read him the charges, the violation allegations, and advised him of his rights. His lawyer, William Massey, appeared with him again. The government asked that he be detained, kept in custody. A probable cause/detention hearing was scheduled for February 21, 2017. A temporary detention order was entered, so Govan was remanded to the U.S. Marshal's custody until that hearing. Update 60, filed February 15, 2017, entered February 16, 2017. What it says: an order of temporary detention was officially entered by Judge Vescovo, confirming what happened in Update 59. The order states that Govan will stay in custody until the probable cause/detention hearing on February 21, 2017. In summary, after his 2013 guilty plea and cooperation, Hernandez Govan received a significantly reduced sentence, and later in 2014, the U.S. Attorney's Office filed a sealed motion, Update 49, which strongly suggests the government took formal steps connected to his cooperation, possibly asking for more leniency under Rule 35, or addressing safety/security concerns because he assisted them. That motion was resolved in February 2015. By 2016, Govan had finished his prison term and was serving supervised release, the federal version of probation. In December 2016, his probation officer filed a non-compliance report, Update 55, noting he had slipped up in some way. But the court and probation officer agreed it wasn't serious enough to take action at the time. However, by February 2017, things escalated. A warrant was issued and executed for supervised release violations, Update 58. On February 15, 2017, Govan appeared before Judge Vescovo, Update 59, where the government pushed to keep him detained. The judge read him the violation charges, confirmed his rights, and set a probable cause/detention hearing for February 21st. In the meantime, the judge ordered temporary detention, Update 60, so Govan was held by the U.S. Marshals until his next hearing. Big picture. Despite cooperating earlier and receiving reduced time from 15 to 7 years plus 3 under supervision, then from 7 years to less than 2 years, feds had no choice but to pull a plug on their rogue agent. Once Govan was released on supervised release, working for the feds in the streets, which is my conclusion looking at these developments, he ran into problems. At first, 2016, they gave him a break, but by early 2017, the violations were serious enough to land him back in custody. This is not Shelby Cover-Up County anymore, where his family member was sheriff's deputy at 201 Poplar for over 15 years. This is federal government. They don't let you walk free after 2 years after pleading guilty on some serious violations, and your rat ass should have been locked up for 15 years. Your rat ass supposed to be still playing with inmates during showering until 2028. Justice Fordolf concludes that we all finally have a proof he is a federal informant and special fucking agent Govan. That boy for sure got a badge. My bet is, if I go bet with Quet, is that he told on the whole damn Memphis crew. Memphis crew, y'all ass, is in trouble. That boy told it all to get off even after 2017 violations. Guess what? Mr. Cold got locked up on serious drug charges in 2018. What a coincidence. Now let's check how he violated his undercover mission in 2017 and prove he was indeed outside running around, probably wiretapped. And you want me to meet you at the pressure world to arrest me too? Get the fuck out of here, special federal agent. Govan, I am not beefing with a damn federal asset. Even Justice Fordolf can't go against the feds. Now that we have gone over the most important updates and all that other shit is sealed regarding his too early release, I will show you 2 documents regarding both of those federal informant violations of his undercover mission to cut his time and go back to gambling away Mr. Cole's money. Name of offender, Hernandez Govan, United States District Court for the Western District of Tennessee. Report on offender under supervision. Docket number 2:12CR 20264-001. Name of sentencing judicial officer, the Honorable Samuel H. Mays, Jr., United States District Judge. Date of original sentence, July 12, 2013. Okay, something already is not right. This is fucking fake. He wasn't even sentenced until after he snitched on Terrence many months later. He wasn't sentenced until that December of 2013. It is already shady, and we ain't even got started. Original offense: felon in possession of a firearm, possession with intent to distribute and distribution of marijuana. Original sentence: imprisonment, 42 months. TSR, 3 years. Another fake shit. His ass got 7 damn years, and then 3 of supervision. What the fuck is going on? When the rat was facing 10 to 15 after pleading guilty. Type of supervision: supervised release / undercover agent in the streets of Memphis telling on everybody. Date supervision commenced December 1st, 2015. There we fucking go. He was out by the end of 2015 already after telling on Terrence in October of 2013. Super snitch. Date supervision expires November 30th, 2018. So they saying he a free man end of 2018, including his 3 years of supervision. God damn. Now we have a federal cover-up, not only Shelby County cover-up. So if you do some math with every rapper's favorite YouTube channel Justice for Dolph, you can see that his official sentence of 7 years all of a sudden became max 2 years. What the Hernandez? Let's read this shit together. Non-compliance summary. The offender has not complied with the following conditions of supervision. The defendant shall refrain from excessive use of alcohol and shall not purchase, possess, use, distribute, or administer any controlled substance or any paraphernalia related to any controlled substance, except as prescribed by a physician. Nature of noncompliance. On or about January 29th, 2016 and December 1st, 2016, the defendant used or administered a controlled substance, marijuana, that had not been prescribed for him by a physician. This conduct constitutes a grade C violation of supervised release. Here go another proof after snitching on Terrence in October of 2013. He was already outside latest by January 2016 smoking weed he bought during his undercover operations. That is tampering with evidence too if you think about it. U.S. Probation Officer Action. It is respectfully requested the court take no formal action regarding Mr. Govan's positive urinalysis tests. That boy delivering the highest undercover scores we haven't seen nationwide in years. Mr. Govan admitted he consumed marijuana on November 15th, 2016, while at a funeral for a close relative. Somebody please tell Justice for Dolph who was that relative. Mr. Govan also admitted in January 2016 to having used marijuana in December 2015 and was given a verbal reprimand. Nothing new. The same way judges did that in the Dolph case without any actions taken. Mr. Govan self-reports working part-time delivering mattresses for Affordable Mattress in Memphis. First of all, his conditions of release were fucking full-time job, not the part-time, which is another violation. These feds really covering for their asset. I seen that name Affordable Mattresses pop up in my research long time, but I would be lying if I said I remember what it was. It is somewhere in my archives. Anyway, let's continue reading. In October 2016, he was referred to moral recognition therapy, and it is expected he will take advantage of this opportunity to regain compliance with supervised release conditions. Should Mr. Govan continue to test positive for illegal drugs, the court will be notified and a revocation hearing will be requested. You got some signatures below. And pay attention to the date of this complaint. Why the fuck is it only submitted 11 months later after his first violation? That boy been out working and smoking that whole damn year. Even he violated both in January and December of 2016. They still ordered that no additional actions will be taken at this time due to his commending undercover work in the streets of Memphis. I swear this rat had to tell on the Memphis crew at some point, or at least got them hot. No pun intended. And finally, the little informant got his third strike, whatever that was back in January of 2017, whatever that was, and a warrant was issued for his arrest. He was arrested on February 15th, 2017, and brought his informant ass back inside. What I find quite interesting is the importance of the date 26th of January, 2017. There is a case which I solved behind the scenes regarding Howard Barnett, and how he was doing weed business with Govan and the crew while fucking on stray cops' bootang. Guess what was the date of him getting picked up with all their weed? 2 days before Govan's violation. After few months, Govan gave a green light on Howard, and Rick Kayla set him up to get kidnapped. Howard Barnett video full version will be included in Quet the Rat documentary. Some people have already seen our light version about a year ago. Damn, this is what I call another coincidence. What the fucking Hernandez is going on right here? Man. Check this shit out. About a year before Orange Mound Hall of Fame informant talking about put me in a box, but I climb out. Put that working cocksucker, fuck a timeout. We know Quet. We know you're gonna put that work in on the stand like Cornelius to get out of federal custody and back on the streets collecting intel. You a bitch, a rat, you all of the above. The way you gossip, boy, how could you call yourself a thug? You rumor-starting low-down dirty motherfucker. And you wonder why I put them bullets and you sucka. I am the type to get a plug and get my ass in. You the type to get a plug and turd his ass in. I am the type to grab a chopper and cave yo stomach back end. Just to let you know you ain't my motherfucking friend. The way you gossip to these hoes, how can you lie with yourself? Put yo pistol in yo mouth and gon' kill yourself. It's 10% real ones left in the world. The other 90 straight pussy built up like a girl. Yeah, I am talking to you, sucka. Yeah, I am talking to you, Quet the Rat. Stop the cap. You the biggest snitch in Memphis. You done told on both Gotti and Juke too. Told on the shooters. And I bet all I got you had to tell on the Memphis crew. You gotta be in that other 90% straight informant. I know you criminals hate I am out. Pussy-ass non-informants talking down, and you real ones say you my round. Stay the fuck away from me, all that brother and friend shit starting to sound like some bullshit. You street dudes straight counterfeit. It's gangsta bitch. When I get locked up in the feds, I am telling on the whole pod to get my rat tail back on the streets.
Doesn't change, it's the truth, right?
Yeah, it's true. You know, Quit brought me in and set me up for the police to capture me, so might as well tell the truth. If we go,
Mr. Motherfucking Adam 22, I just told you, man. I told you. I just said in the interview. They gonna see I told you. I just told you, bro. Why don't ask me none of this shit, man? Listen, bro. Nah, man, federal informants, man, the niggas do what they want to do, man. Fuck gonna do what they want to do, bro. What you expect, man? They gonna put a nigga, what you want that? What you think gonna happen? They gonna put him back on the street so they can go back to work, man. How you think they survive, man? How do you think a federal informant survive? How do you think? Man, they live the best life. They drive Lambos. They do what the fuck they want to do, man. Niggas, child respect.
Shout out to my boy Febo Gold. He is one of Real Dolph's friends speaking up for him since day one. Y'all check out Febo, get on the Little Informant, as right after the trial. I need every single body who come to my videos to subscribe to his channel. We don't ask you to pay for shit, we don't beg for donations or to subscribe to our channel. Go turn up Febo, drop some dolphins in his comments and show him some love. Keep your foot on these informants' necks. Fuck they talking about? Man, my boy Febo got me rolling. Let's start with the left side. Fob was talking about the boys, so street whole time they working with police. Then he says he is calling all these lil dudes Lil Govans. Laughing out loud, that is hilarious. Then here comes this goofy Hernandez Govan, who is probably that little troll talking all that shit on YouTube. It's either him, Stanley, or said Govan playing in my comments. We're gonna get to these clowns in a second. Alright, goofy ass Hernandez talking about how nobody can find no paperwork to validate that. The whole world is just talking. Whatever blogs say. I just gave you a full hour of paperwork on your dear Hernandez. Now shut the fuck up and leave them people alone. He is a proven informant on the stand, worse than fucking Cornelius. Y'all be quiet and keep on moving. Your family member the police. Just like Charles Govan, who damn raised this rat, was a Shelby County Sheriff's deputy at 201 Poplar for over 15 years. Y'all shut the fuck up. All of y'all Lil Govans are the law enforcement. Hernandez probably riding around in a surveillance van. Straight clown. Alright, let's check the right side now. Febo getting on there, asks a little bit more. He asks who else a street informant like this. Folks, let an informant do all this. Yeah, we know police hated Dolph. It's all good, rats always win like that. Justice for Dolph agrees. Whoever said police killed Dolph, congratulations. All of y'all were correct. You can't find bigger police than Hernandez Govan in Memphis. Caroline Mason ain't got shit on Govan. Red-ass Lil Govans, laughing out loud. Febo did drop that video, Mr. Whole Lotta Everything. Go check it out on his YouTube page and subscribe all you Lil Govans. Check out this little informant quet. He got mad because Kenny Money correctly called him out and his secret career. Still obsessed with Dolph and his artists. As soon as he got off due to successful Shelby cover-up and years of providing street intel to FBI, he's still trying to hurt PRE artists. This dude is 100 years old, can't even fuck no more. And here he goes beefing with young men who would really whoop his old ass. Govan can even throw kicks at Kenny and Febo with them old ass knees. Quet wants an address of Kenny with his informant ass so he can arrest him and try to set him up with the laws like he tried to set up Justice for Dolph at Pressure World. Ain't nobody meeting up with federal agents. Get the fuck out of here. You are an agent provocateur. I got all kinds of videos and recorded phone calls since you bringing that up. Leave them PRE artists alone. You need to catch your fades at Elderly Homes Clown. Tell Mr. Cole to drop $1 million on my account. I will come kick the cheese rolls out of your rat ass. Come on, do major promo Justice for Dolph versus Orange Mound Rat. drop $1 million, and I will show up wherever, whenever. I will pull them rat whiskers out your rat-ass cheeks, set it up, and tell Mr. Cold to break the bank. Dolph partner whoops federal agent responsible for his demise, calling around the crew, crying why Dolph keep dissing your master on all them songs, shut the fuck up, you still obsessed with PRE, leave Kenny alone. Alright, next. Febo. Leave Febo alone, you still mad you, and your CMF crash out artists were begging him to set up PRE artists, and he didn't want to do it. That's why you mad at Febo. Keep it real. You are so hot because y'all couldn't get him join your police as Dream Team. You ain't beating up no Febo, is you stupid? Febo look like you lifting up whole machine at the gym. Febo replies to him the right way, calling the federal informant for being on the town keyboard typing on the laptop in his police squad unmarked vehicle. These fucking rats. We ain't beefing with no federal agent's clown and not meeting up with you nowhere to get arrested by your colleagues. Get the fuck out of here, rat. Over there dropping his location with 20 vans outside waiting to catch the attempts on you. Go live for 24 hours anywhere in Memphis and don't move. Don't be posting this shit 5 minutes before you leave and go inside your hole in the wall like Jerry the Mouse with your rat ass. Hand your badge over, you suspended. Anyway, let me leave you with some facts. Justice for Dolph just got off the phone with a crew leadership warning them that this rat probably told on all their crimes too. Them folks replied, yeah, we all know been knew that he is for sure working with them people. Absolutely hilarious. I love it. Nothing can fill up my heart more than hearing this directly from his partners. Quit, even your partners know you are a fucking special agent. Now chill the fuck out and keep hiding from me ever since I exposed your goofy police ass on the crew video, calling out everybody except Justice for Dolph. Because you know very well I didn't even get started yet. Your documentary is going to be epic. I am kind of glad you will be able to watch it on 85-inch TV in a protective custody threatening on the internet like a straight goofball. Justice for Dolph would your ass 10 out of 10 times. Stop putting your goofy hits on me, clown, too. Somebody help Justice for Dolph. Federal agent Govan wants to kill him so bad for exposing his goofy ass. Anyway, that's it for tonight. Tomorrow, I am going to tell you which Govan partner was doggy-styling prosecutor on his case on a daily. Stay tuned, we got a few videos on the way. After DA office get exposed again, I will tell you who in the Memphis crew paid for Govan's bond and who paid for that fraud Manny Aurora. See y'all tomorrow on Justice for Dolph. I am about to fry me a rat, and you can catch me in Memphis with Quati. Shout out to Kenny. Shout out to Febo. Y'all need to put that shit behind and turn up together for Dolph.
Okay, so we go again.
Too deep in the south, that's what it is. I'ma go, should I let the cat out the bag right quick? Niggas, man, I got my nigga Quet in the building, man. You know what I'm saying? Memphis 10 in the building. Should I go and let the cat out the bag right quick on these niggas, man?
Then I went and got me a vid, and you can catch me in Memphis with Quet.